हेलो गाइस, वेलकम यू ऑल टू एआई की पाठशाला। एआई की पाठशाला आपकी अपनी पाठशाला है। एंड टुडे इज द सिक्स्थ सेशन इन पांडास बूट कैम्प। whatever thing we have left in the last session, we will continue from that. And one thing is that there is some dependencies of this session with the last session, because the variables which we have created in the last session, we want to use it in this session. So I already copied all those things in this session. I give you some time to note down it, and then we will continue. So let me share you my screen first, and then we will continue from there. See everyone, I have created one file by the name day6.ipynb file. You need to create this file also. And what I have done from the last session, from the day 5 session, some of the things I have copied in this session. So you need to, I will give you some time to copy it. Those of you who are on the live, who are in the live session, and those who are watching the recorded session, you can pause the video and first note down all those things, or you can go to the last day 5 session and copies all these things from that, because we are going to use it in this session also. So we will continue doing this in every session, because I want to keep the separate file of every session. But every time what happens is that something we need, there is a dependency of something from the last session. So instead of wasting our time in writing all those things, I'm just copying it, and you need to just copy it also. Fine. So these things you need to first write. Thereafter, you need to write this thing. Thereafter, you need to write this thing. Anyway, I'm going to upload these things, so it is available with you. It will be available with you, so you can see these things. Thereafter, this thing. Fine. Now, let's continue from our discussion. See, in the last session, what we have really studied, that how we can create a series, and in that series, how we can write the level, and we can write the values of that level. And after that, what we have done, we have basically, if I will take you to the my day 5 session, you can see the last thing that we have done here is we have extracted. First thing that we have done here, we have written a labeled alphabet here, and inside that I have added this string before this alphabet in the level section. Level underscore I have added. This is basically what? This is a prefix to this leveled thing. A, B, C, D. In every term, in every row, in every term, in the level section, I have prefixed this level underscore. For prefixing this, I have to use this. I have to write this many lines of code. One line of code is this, but we have to write these things, right? These many things I have to write for achieving this. You can see it from here. But I don't want to use that thing. This is a little bit complex, it seems to be. So I want to use a very simple approach to achieve this particular thing. That means to write a suffix before my leveled row. Whatever be my leveled row, value inside my leveled row, I want to attach either if I want to attach a prefix, or I want to attach a suffix. That means suffix will come after, let's say, A, and the prefix is coming here. Level underscore is a prefix. So either I want to write a suffix, or I want to write a prefix. There is a way, there is a very simple way to achieve this with the help of pandas. Here, I have achieved it with the help of some other method, using this map and all these things. Now, let's see how we can achieve the same thing with the help of simple code. in Pandas. So how to add? Let me write here like the add underscore prefix and add underscore suffix methods. methods methods. Fine. So let's say if I have already created this thing alphabet, I have already created this alphabet, and you can see I have already created this series, which is an alphabet, and you can see in the level section 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is there, and in the value small a, small b, small c, and small d is there. So if I will check here alphabet dot head, we can know this structure of this series. Let's say, so this is my series. Fine. Data type is an object. Now let's say inside this series, if I want to add a prefix before in the value section, in the level section, this is my level section 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I want to add a prefix, any prefix, if I want to add, let's say if I want to add the prefix level underscore, which I have seen here, just like this. If I want to add this prefix level underscore before whatever thing that is written here, let's say ABCD is written here, and here in this case 1, 2, 3, 4 is written 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So before 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, I want to attach this suffix, this prefix level underscore. So for doing this, there is a simple method. And what is that? I have to write this series alphabet, and then I have to put dot. And if I will put dot, then if I will write add, so can you see I am getting an option add prefix and add suffix here. So since I want to add a prefix, so I will select add underscore prefix. Thereafter, whatever prefix I want to add, I have to supply it in the form of a string. Let's say I want to add suffix level, L-A-V-E-L, level underscore. So this is my suffix. Now let's run this code. Let's run this code. Can you see, just by adding this add underscore prefix, level underscore, this level underscore get added before all the elements, all the level present here. Can you see this thing? This thing? Fine. Similarly, in the same way, you can able to add suffix also. Let's say I want to add suffix in alphabet. So let's say if I want to add suffix, so simply what I have to do, I have to change here. I have to write suffix in place of prefix. I have to write suffix. And let's say this time I want to add something else, some other suffix. So let's add some other suffix like some underscore cool underscore ending. Let's say I am adding this suffix. So if I will run this code, so you will see just like this prefix is added, now the suffix will get added after 0, 1, 2 till 25. Let's run this. Can you see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 after every this suffix which you whatever you will write here. I have written some cool ending. You can write whatever you want to write. So this thing get added. Can you see? So this is very easy way to achieve whatever we have achieved in the last session. Now, one thing is very important that I want to say. Say I have used this alphabet is my series. which I have accessed here and written before it. This is my series, alphabet pd.series letters. So see, whatever thing you are adding here, whatever dot, this is a dot operator, add suffix, and whatever you are adding here, it's displaying here. But let's say check alphabet. Let's check alphabet. Can you see there is no changes in my series? When I am asking this thing, this series, here also add prefix, it is adding a prefix and displaying it to me. And here I am asking it to add suffix, it is adding the suffix and displaying it to the series. But my base, this series, in what thing I am adding prefix or suffix? I am adding prefix and suffix to my series. What is my series? Alphabet is my series. Now, if I am accessing simply this alphabet, I am getting no changes in everything. That means the suffix and the prefix that I am adding to this alphabet, this is not a permanent change. This is just a temporary change. When I am accessing my alphabet again, I am getting the same thing what was inside it. That means there is no permanent change in my alphabet series. So if let's say you want to, let's suppose this is a suffix you have added and you want this suffix to get permanently added to your alphabet. So what you will do? So one simple thing is that just copy this and paste it here and save this thing inside one variable, and let's write the name of this variable alphabet only. Alphabet. So what I am doing, whatever thing suffix I am adding here, I have to save it inside some variable to make this a permanent change. So this time what I am choosing alphabet itself is my variable. So now when you will save this inside this variable, now and you will, now if you will access this alphabet, you will get a permanent change inside it. So let's do it. I'm running this, and now this time let's access alphabet. Now can you see there is a permanent change in alphabet? Now again, if you will access alphabet, you will get the same thing, because now it is permanently changed. So this is one thing that you should know. Now, so till now, in the previous session also and in this session also, till now what we were studying how to extract the values. In the previous session we have discussed it very well. We were using the square bracket method, and we were also using other method, dot method, to access the values. We were using slicing and all those things to access the values. Now let's say this time I'm using some alternative ways. There are some alternative ways to extract the values, and that is called the dot notation. So there is some alternative ways to access, alternative ways to extract values by using dot notation. So we will understand this. So first of all, till here what we were doing, let's say if I have to access, let's write labeled alphabet, and let's say if I have to access this level, let's say underscore v, capital V, and if I will see here, if let's say access it, I will get V. This is a level, this level has a value v. If you will come here and see, let's say, if you will come here and see, this is my level v. Where is my level v? This is my level v, and this is a value small v. So I'm getting this leveled alphabet. This is my level v, level v, capital V, and I'm getting this small v. So this is one way. With the help of this square method, I'm able to extract values. Now we are going to access the values using dot notation. So we already know the dot notation. Dot notation is simply nothing. Let's say whatever thing till now, let's say you were using level underscore alphabet dot size. So what you will get? You will get the size of this series. Let's run it and see. 26 is my size of this series. So this is basically a dot notation call or dot method. Whenever you are using this dot after this series, dot, and you are writing whatever thing you want to access and we are supplying that thing, that is basically a dot notation. Similarly, we have already learned like this, you can able to access the data type. So for you have to write d type, and then you get data type as object. Similarly, you can able to access lot other things. Let's say if you will access here d type, you have access. Let's say if you will access dot name, so you will get nothing here because this has a non value, so I am getting nothing. So this is how you are able to access using the dot notation. But one important thing that I would like to tell you, that this is my dot notation, yeah, dot method, you can say, to access the value. But this dot notation is not as flexible as the square bracket. Dot notation is not, let me write it here, dot notation is not as flexible as square method, a square bracket, SQUARE square bracket. So we will understand this with the help of example, otherwise you will not able to get it. Let's say this is my, let me first add a few more cells. Let's say this is my leveled alphabet, LAVELED leveled alphabet. And let's say if I want to access from level LAVL underscore V, capital V, to, let's say, if I want to access level LAVL level underscore capital X, fine. So if I want to access this, what it means, I'm using, this is basically a slicing. Let's say what I mean to say, level V to level X. Let's come here and see. This is my level V. Where is my level V? This is my level V. This is my level V. And this is my level X. So if I want to access from level V to level, level V, capital V to level X, basically what it means, I want to access this, I want to access this, and I want to access this. From here to here, if I want to access, so this is a way to access it. So same thing I'm using here. So let's run this. I'm getting all the three from level from this to this. Now let's say we cannot able to use the same thing inside my dot notation. That's why I'm telling, let's say remove this square bracket from here, remove this square bracket from here, and leveled and after this leveled underscore alphabet, put dot. If you will put dot here, and if you will run it, you will get an error, invalid syntax. So what I mean to uh, address here is that this thing in the square bracket, when you are using this thing to basically select some values from level B to level X, and same thing when you want to do it with the help of this dot notation, you are not able to do it. That's why I have written here dot notation is not as flexible as square bracket. We will see some more example here, some more thing here. Similarly, let's say if you want to access, this is a leveled leveled alphabet, and let's say if I want to write this thing like level, capital V, more than more level. Let's say anything that I want to write. So if I will write this thing, this will also give me an error. Why it will give me an error? Let me write, because after this dot operator, things should be continuous. Thing should be continuous. 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 So this gap is not allowed. You need not, this is a wrong. If you will run it, you will get an error, invalid syntax, because this thing is not allowed when you are using this dot operator. Fine. But same thing, you can write it inside the square bracket. It will not throw you an error if you are writing it correctly. So this is one thing. Now let's understand some dot operators here. So one important concept is called Boolean masks and dot loc indexer. Let me write it here. Boolean mask, Boolean mask, and dot loc indexer. We will understand this with the help of example. Let's write first leveled alphabet, and then inside this square bracket, let's write label level underscore, let's write capital F, and then colon, and then write level label level underscore capital J. Fine. Write it. So you will get this. I am accessing the value from level F to level J, and I am getting this inside my series. Now, I want to access the same thing with the help of loc indexer, dot loc. We will understand the significance of all those things. See, whatever concept we are understanding here in this series, you will find its bigger picture when we are going to study, and very soon we are going to study data frame. So all these things we will be using in the data frame. So there you will not find any difficulty in understanding. Thereafter, when you will study the data frame, thereafter when we will move ahead, then you will find the real application of how you are going to do all those operations inside the data frame. So this is the use. So dot, what is this loc? I'm going to, let's write, let me copy this, paste it here, and now here after this alphabet, I'm simply adding dot loc. This is basically my dot operator, yeah, dot notation, dot loc. So now loc, why this? What is this loc? Loc is basically used for level level based extraction. When you want to extract according to the level or level, then you will use the dot loc. So if I am going to run this, I will get the same output. You will understand as we will progress, you will understand the difference and everything. Here, this is simply for making you understand in a very simple way. I'm using these things, very, very small things. So here inside this leveled alphabet, I have accessed this and I get the same output. And here I've used the dot loc operator, and dot loc operator is used for level based extraction. That means you can extract the values according to your level. So I have supplied here level underscore f, this is my level, and level underscore j. So it will give me the value from level underscore f to level underscore j. This dot operator. Here, output is the same in both the cases. Now, one important thing that you should consider, we will understand this in more details later, but this square bracket method, this square bracket is a bit slower than loc. That's why we mainly, when we will progress ahead, we will mainly use this dot loc approach, not this square bracket approach. Other thing is that dot loc approach will give you other things also to perform. That's why we are going to use dot loc. So let me write this thing here. This square, square square bracket, bracket bracket is bit slower than loc. This is for your understanding. Now, let me discuss one important thing called Boolean. See, I have already created this series, books underscore series. Let me take you here. I have already, from the previous session, I have first written, I have books underscore list. This is the list of my books. And then with the help of this list, I have created this series. And here, this is my series, books underscore series. Now, let me access this series here. So books underscore series. So this is my series. This is my series. Now, if you will, let's see how I'm going to use my dot operator here. Let's first see this. If I will write here books underscore series dot loc, thereafter you have to give double square bracket, one square bracket inside the other square bracket. Why? Because one square bracket is important, but I am supplying here a list of Boolean. That's why double square bracket is coming. Only one square bracket should come after the loc, this. But here I want to supply it a list of Boolean. So list of Boolean should come in square bracket. It also will come in a square bracket. So let's write here true. Again write true. And again write true. If you will write this true 3 times, this thing, and if you will access it, run this, you will get all those things. What it means to say, what I want to say, this is, dot loc is my level based extractor. So whenever this, it is on the zeroth on this level, when it is accessing this true refers to this level, first level my, or zero indexer. This is referring to 1, this is referring to 2. Let me explain you with the help of pen. Let me open my pen here. So this true basically is referring to this thing. This true is referring to this thing. And this true is referring to this thing. Fine. So when this books underscore series dot loc, this is getting true value. So it is displaying this. 0 and this thing. This is also getting true value. So this is also displaying it is also displaying me this value, this thing. This is also true. So it is also displaying this thing. This is how Boolean works here. Now let's do one thing. I'm going to now next time, let's say, let's copy this. Let's copy this, paste it here. Now let's change something. Now instead of this true, let's change it to false. Now if you will run it, you are getting only two values. You are getting only two, 0 and 2. Why? Because my first level or this level, one level, is having a false value. So it is going to give me the output only which is true. Since this I am supplying it as false, so it is not displaying me this thing. It is like dropping this level, one level, because it is having a false. Similarly, you can check it with other true false things. You can check it and you will get the same thing. This is how the Boolean works in this series with the help of this .loc operator. Now, one important, this is also called Boolean masking. The same thing that I have written, this is called Boolean masking. So this Boolean mask, one important thing here is that the length of the Boolean mask should match with the original, with the length of the series. The length of the Boolean mask, let me write it here. Length, length of the Boolean mask should match with the length of the series. If it will not match with the length of the series, it will give me an error. Let's understand this. Let's say here, remove one thing. Let's say I'm removing true from here. I know from my knowledge that my series is of length 3. And here I am giving only 2 Boolean. And if I will run it, it will throw me an error. Why this error is coming? Because the length is not matching. Boolean index has wrong length, 2 instead of 3. So till here, is everything fine, Varun?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Now let's write similarly. Let's say we will understand. Let's say if I write level underscore alphabet. So dot size. Let's say write dot size. Sorry. Level underscore alphabet dot size. If I will write this, I will get 26 because level underscore alphabet is having 26 size. And it's if say I will write level underscore alphabet here and dot, let's write level underscore alphabet dot loc, and let's write this thing true, false, true. Since here only 3 Boolean is there, but my level underscore alphabet is having a 26 size, so I have to supply here 26 Boolean, but I am supplying here only 3 Boolean. So if I will run, it will throw me an error. What is my error? 3 instead of 26. Boolean index is wrong length, 3 instead of 26. So hope this concept is clear. Now, let's understand this .loc more. So let's write level underscore alphabet .loc. And this time, let's write a list comprehension. So how we will do this so that I do not get an error? I want to use this .loc and also I want to use this Boolean. So one way is to write, and I want to access this with the help of Boolean. One way is to, you have to write this Boolean 26 times here. Then it will be fine. Other way is to use the list comprehension to achieve this. So how you will use the list comprehension to achieve this? Very simple. So you have to write true for, and those of you who don't understand the list comprehension, I request you to go to my basics of Python playlist. There you will find a very detailed explanation for the list comprehension, and from there you can study how this list comprehension works. I'm not going to explain it right now. True for I in range 26. If you will do this, you will get everything from A to Z. Because here true is coming 26 times because it is repeating 26 times from 0 to till 25. Similarly, so you can also achieve this without using this .loc operator that I want to show it to you. So you can also achieve the same output without using this .loc operator. Just remove this .loc and write this list comprehension inside this. And if you will run it, you will get the same thing, same output. So lot many times you will understand this, that you can achieve the same thing with the help of .loc operator and with the help of simple square bracket also. Now, you can also write any condition inside this square bracket. This, let's say I've written this time, I've written this list comprehension inside it. Like this, you can write any condition and you can achieve this thing. So let me do one thing. Let me write one case for you. Let's say I want to achieve the alternate values. That means, let's say I want to achieve 1, 3, 5, 7. Fine. I want to achieve this. So how I will do this? So for that, I have to write one condition in the form of, let's say, list comprehension. I'm writing one condition. So let's say true for true, not true for true, if I divided by 2 is equal to 0. That means I am taking the case of even case. Whenever I is divided by 2 is equal to 0, that means what I am considering? I am considering 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, likewise till 26. I am considering that case. So whenever this thing I is divided by 2 is 0, consider this as a true. True when it is true if I divided by 2 is equal to 0. Else, and I am writing the else condition here, else false, false, false for else false. That means only this condition will be true when I is divided by 2 is equal to 0. Else everything will be false. And then I am writing for I in range 26. Fine. So what it will give you? It will give you the values which is satisfying this condition. So what are the things that will satisfy this condition? Let me first run it. Unmatched, okay, to square. So let's run it. So you are getting A, C, E. That means you are getting 0. This is a 0 index. Let me write here. Let me write here. So this is basically my zero index. This is basically my zero index. This is basically my second index. This is my 4 index. This is 6, 8, 10, 12. Like that, it is giving me. Because this condition is emitting which indexes 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Whichever value is odd, it is emitting that condition because it is telling me true if I divided by 2 is equal to 0. So when I will divide it by 2, when it is even, so it is considering only the even cases. And for the even cases only, my value is true. That's why it is displaying me only the even, only the index value, whichever the value of the index is even, it is displaying me this, and else the false. False will not get displayed. And what is the range? For I range 26. 26 means 0 till 25. Total will become 26. Hope this is clear clear to you? Fine. So okay. Fine. Varun, it's actually I forgot to see in the chat window. I so let's okay. Let's do one thing. Let's clear this and let's this. So let me see. So if I will, there is one simple concept of 2 minutes. Okay. Otherwise, what's the time? It's 11:44. There is one simple concept. It will take, I suppose, 2-3 minutes. So that I will wrap up and then we will discuss it with the help of uh, other concepts. We will discuss the next session. So let's take this thing. Fine. There's one simple concept I want to discuss, then I will wrap it up. So one thing is that extracting by position with .iloc. Extracting by position, let me write extracting by position with .iloc. Integer iloc is also called, you can call integer loc, and is used for indexing by position. Right? So we have discussed just .loc, and now we are discussing this .iloc. So what is the difference between .loc and .iloc? See, one thing is that this iloc is basically, let me write it here. Basically integer loc. It is also called integer loc, LOC loc. And it is used for indexing by position. And what is then this loc? This LOC loc is called location. LOCATION, location based indexing, and it is called indexing by level. So this is the difference between iloc and loc. What is this iloc? Integer loc, indexing by position. It will index by your position. And loc is integer location. Or sorry, integer not location, simply location. Integer location, not location. It is indexing by level, and it will index by level. We will understand this with the help of example. So can you see we have used here dot log to access all these things. Dot log. We have used dot log here. You can see here also, or in simple terms, how where you have used here, you have used dot log to access this value. Dot log, dot log. You have used this dot log operator. Here you have used this dot log to let me take this thing and paste it here. And you have accessed this thing. Now, how you will use this dot iloc. So if you will write leveled underscore alphabet dot iloc, so what you have seen here in the iloc? Integer log, indexing by position. This is indexing by level and this is indexing by position. So and your position will start from 0 index. So if you will use this dot iloc 0, you will get A. You will get this A. That means at the 0th position, at 0 position, what is your value? So you are getting A. Similarly, you can use it to access at any position. Let's say you want to access the value at first position. So it will give you B. But let's say if you will use this lock instead of it, and if you will use the same thing, let's say 1, what you will get? It will throw you an error. Why it is throwing you an error? Because this is not a integer based indexing. This is not a location. This is dot iloc is an integer lock, but lock is your location based. It is not your integer. It is not integer based. It is a location based. So that's why by level. Fine. So let's again do it. Let's say I am writing this level underscore alpha dot iloc, and let's say if I want to access 1 through 3, and if I will run this, I will get what? 1, 2. Why I am getting 1? Because this is my first position, this is my second position, and here it is in the form of slicing. Integer value is there in the form of slicing, and we know my last integer is not included. 3 is not included. That's why I am getting till 2 only. That means what I am getting? I am getting 1, 2. Fine. Similarly, if you can also do it like this, and this is not a slicing, this is a different thing. This is a collection of items selected. So how you can do this? Let's say instead of this slicing, you can also write it like this dot iloc. You can supply it a list of the values that you want to list of the position that you want to access. Let's say I'm giving this 1, 4, 9 inside this square bracket, another square bracket. This is a list of the position, and if you will run, it will give you the series value at all those positions. First, this is 4th, and this is my 9th. So this is how the dot loc operator works. And in this case, this is not a slice, but a collection of items selected. Here, let me write. This is not slice, SLICE, but a collection of COLLECTION collection of items selected. Items selected. Okay, fine. So this is all for the day. So I am not going to extend this session further. So next thing we are going to discuss tomorrow, and the next thing is called callable with dot log and dot iloc. We will be discussing tomorrow, and lot more things we are going to discuss. So let's do one thing. Just commit this code. So sixth session of Pandas boot camp completed. Committed. Yes. Sync changes. Okay. Oof. Again, I have done. First, I have to save it. I haven't saved. Again, I need to commit it. Sixth session of Pandas boot camp done. Then changes. Okay. So my code has been pushed to the GitHub. You can access it from there, I suppose. So now I'm stopping the sharing of my screen. Let me open my video and stop sharing my screen. So how was the session today, Varun? Can you give a little feedback? And those of you who are watching the recorded session, you can subscribe and you can join my live session. How you can join my live session? You can go to the description section of the video, and there you will find my Telegram channel and Telegram group. You can join the group. You can subscribe the channel. There I used to put all my live session links. Also these days, I'm putting the live session link on my YouTube post. So you can also go there, and you can, from there, you can have a link of my Zoom link, and you can join the session. Fine, that's all. So keep learning, keep smiling. And वरुण, कैसा रहा आज का सेशन आपका? अच्छा रहा? आपका आवाज ही नहीं आ रहा है. कोई बात नहीं, आप अपना माइक को ठीक कीजिए. ठीक है, आपका आवाज नहीं तो हमारे कान तक नहीं पहुंच पाता है. ठीक है, ठीक है वरुण. तो चलिए फिर मिलते हैं कल. कल मिलेंगे. कल से थोड़ा जल्दी मिलेंगे. जी. ठीक है, चलिए, धन्यवाद सब लोगों का.